Just tell me what you feel. Maybe see.
I feel relaxed.
What is it? I'm sorry.
I feel relaxed.
That's good. Perfect. And now if you don't feel or see anything, you can go to any dream or memory if you want. Unless you start seeing something. Look around like in your imagination or your inner world. Maybe you feel or something. I see some energies around.
I see purple blue color.
Perfect. Go towards the purple blue color and touch it with your, imagine your energy hands and just touch that energy and feel how it feels. How dense it is it cold or warm? What do you feel?
I feel I like it very much.
You like it?
Yeah.
Okay. Go into this energy then and see where it's gonna take you, or maybe it'll open like a picture or a vision for you. Do you see anything? Because I can tell you what I see if you don't, if you kind of like feel like you're blocked or stopped.
I feel kind of like block. I cannot.
Yeah, because I see you from a different perspective. I see you in a body, looks very much like human, but it's different. And now do you feel me? I'm standing right to the right of you, just looking at you. And you're wearing one-piece suit. You have an interesting kind of like greenish skin, big eyes, the eyes more like brown green or something like this, like hazel. And you have this helmet, but it doesn't look like a helmet we usually see. It's got the front, which is like a transparent glass, and on the back it's shaped as angled, cornered, like sharp. Like a teardrop was the on the back. The do you start seeing yourself? Just pay attention to your own self. You can come out and observe yourself from above, let's say. Because I see you. The suit, the color suit, it just goes from dark gray to some green gray color. Every time I touch it, there's an interesting insignia on the right arm that looks like 4-point star, and down it goes like a comet, like a tail of a comet on that 4-pointy star. And it's like yellow and orange. It goes in shades. And you step through this with this purple and blue that you see, it's a portal. I see it's opening up, like building up energies, almost like in front of you. And your energy sphere has this portal because you are in your energy sphere right now, but you're wearing this suit. And it seems like you go through this portal a lot. I feel like you're going twice in 24-hour period. And you're saying just to check on the progress. And when you said that, I kind of followed you through the portal. And we are standing on this interesting platform. It looks like a round, it's like a flattened ring. And in the middle of this flattened ring, there is like energetic fibers, but they're put in a bunch in the middle, and from both sides on top they form like a fountain, and at the bottom they form like a fountain also. And and they're collecting, and I see a Draco, I see Orion, I see Milky Way around it. I see that constellation that looks like a cross type thing. Like it's Cygnus. It's like that swan constellation right here. Because the first DENEB, kind of that's how we know this particular star. The name of it, it's a big one. But then you're standing close to M27. Which is a portal. Which is a portal you used. And I just feel like right in front of me, it's almost like water touching me. That's why I actually open my eyes to see, like automatically. I think there's like different, it's like a portal system around this Cygnus constellation, and we're right at the left wing, and M27 is the one you use to come to this particular, and I feel like you're very familiar with it, with the all together with all the stars. But then you sometimes use M56 to go to Draco or Orion because those are real close. And I think you say you're an inventor. You invented system of portal control, of portal it's not only portal closure, as you say, like there's some energies that can guard portals from being opened by the wrong beings. And because you told me telepathically a lot, like you were at war, the Dracos came, they came in yellow Draco race, in yellow bodies. And you're saying that those are ancient ones, and they come from the black goo. And the black goo created the gray ones first. And they created like out of fumes. So you show me a lot of things. Like you showed me some planet that made out, it looks like it's all dried out, like meteorite. And I see from it looks like a container of the black goo. And the black goo starts coming out of the pores. And the pores look like craters of the moon. So this planet was completely destroyed, and I see you said that the Nazis plant a seed of the black goo, like a drop inside, and the thing self-replicates itself, and it keeps growing and growing, and it comes out. And I literally see this meteorite like a viral cell with the spikes receptors, and those receptors are the blood goo coming out and spreading out, and it's like spreading all over the place, forming like a web. And you're like one of the scientists who works on, you're more like a physicist who works with energies and understands how energies work. So you study that black goo because I see you at the lab, and you go from the Deneb. Yeah, I called it a star, but it looks kind of like a planet more to me right now as I'm looking at it. And then you go to Gamma, Alpha. There's just it's almost like satellites, but they're doubling the they're satellite planet looking, like doubling the stars of the constellation. They're like flying around underneath them. That's like I see it in 2 layers now. And as you go, each and every planet has a lab. And I see you like in the suit like you're wearing now, you showed up before. And it's more like that light green color, lime, but it's more like translucent lime. And it's covering your skin for protection. And you also have like almost like a bubble around your head. And you know, the gloves and everything like in the virusology lab. And I see you using some sort of robotic hand to touch the goo. And the robotic hand has receptors on the fingers. He has only 3 fingers, and it would touch it, and you would read on the screen next to the container you go in with your hands, like the parameters of this energy, the vibration. What it does, it acts like it's like it's got DNA and RNA in it. So, and it does, and that's how it's programmed. It's programmed through that. So you're trying to figure out how to stop that thing from spreading throughout the universe. And you know that it's starting to cover everything. Like it goes, it basically it detects. It's like it has a radar or GPS, something built in it, and it would reach for every and each star it has on the way in the Milky Way. And we try to cover it with that blue goo to suck all the energy out of it. That this black goo is like a black hole. It's a very powerful one because it goes to any organic substance, whatever that is. It will just suck the life out of it. So I feel like it actually sucks the souls. And it's somehow connected to the black hole formation. And I feel like that black holes don't exist in other universes, it's just ours. Or some other ones who are infected with the same virus. And you're just studying all this in the labs. You show me your family. I see the little boy coming. He has like long hair to his shoulders. It's curly, but it's like blonde curly hair, but the face is like yours. It's a little translucent with the green shine to it. And it's got this like hazel eyes, but the hazel color, you know, like green, bright green, very pretty. And little tiny nose, but it like long and little lips. And I feel like you only drink on this planet because I see that you do drink. And the interesting thing, you have like I'm in your house and the home looks round, like a big round room. You have a round table in the middle, and you have different vases, and the vases you have flowers, and the flowers look like those bell flowers. They're different colors too. And there's like water collected in each and every flower, and you just pick the certain color. Like you feel like, according to your vibration, if you need to raise it or something, you would drink the blue one. Or things like that. It's kind of funny, like each flower gives a different emotion, vibration, emotion related to the vibration gives off when you drink the water. And it just, I feel it produces water, like you don't put it there. It just keeps coming. Like you drink it and it refills by itself. But that's really an interesting thing that you have those. And it's like along the table, they are standing there. There are like 9 of them. Yeah, and this little boy, he does drink it. I don't see your partner, but then now I see her as I said it. She comes and she wears like a white kind of outfit, and it's a one-piece suit also, with the yellow inserts, like a golden stripes along the arms and the legs. I'm trying to understand the shoes. The shoes look kind of interesting. They're like fabric covering the feet. They're very flexible. It's almost like rubber, thin rubber shoes. She's got the long hair too, and blonde. It's interesting that the hair goes like literally like in waves and spirals like this. I think it serves something for detection and protection. It's almost like I use it as a radar system to scan the environment around you and detect any low vibrational anything. So what happened is you're saying that, so basically you put all this kind of like energetic fountains in each and every portal. So the portal has a system around it. It's like a fiberglass type fibers, and they constantly run through each other. It's like an energy fence around the portal. And it somehow almost like scans you, and you have to be, there's something about the beings of the particular star or a planet that when you're born as a soul born on this planet, it's connected to the essence of the planet, and then you have the certain vibrational frequency or a pattern. It's like a song that is you put like you program the fibers with those songs, and there are multiple ones, and they would scan you and would only let those in the portal who correspond to the match, because otherwise they close. They literally like close the fibers. It goes like this, ding, and then it's like a lead. You can't go through this portal. A very dense energetic lead. I see those Dragos constantly trying to figure out the ways to get to you, and I feel like some of the uh, stars on the right, because I see it like in this position, and then Draco's here, and they would come and they send Grace to do something about, to bombard energetically with different types of waves, to ruin the structure with time of the protective layers of the stars. And some of the stars got infected with that black goo. So you basically put like blankets of that fiber optic layers, and that's how I see them. I see them like in stripes of different colors of energies to prevent these planets infecting other ones, especially the middle one that goes like that Cygnus constellation. And you just felt like you needed to incarnate a nurse, because I feel like nobody really pushed you here. And you're saying that's your fourth incarnation here, and you only had 3 before, and all of them were related to some scientific research. One of them, you were at the like a scientist at the not the university, but it's like museum related close to the university. I'm trying to understand. What came to me is Hebrew. Must be Hebrew language that you spoke there. Trying to look what it is. It's something close to Gaza Strip, and something related to the portal system under it. I see pyramids there, and I see crystals there around the pyramids. And I also see you like an archaeologist at some point digging some holes and going through some rocks. You're interested in rock formation there. But that's your second life. Your third life in Bosnia Herzegovina. That's what I see, and I see the mountains there. You're like hiding. You're hiding, and you're writing some books. It's almost like you have a cave on the mountain there, and I see you in this dressed in this rather like explorers, a military type outfit with the belt in the middle. Looks more like a one-piece suit, brownish, greenish. Not a camouflage one, just like brown, more brown color. And you have this hat. It's like you like to explore, and in this life you're writing books on some of your findings. But I also feel like the situation in the country is really bad, and it's like a war zone. That's what you say. That's why you're hiding. You don't have a family. You're just dedicated all your life to researching for your own, because you understand the information from the books is all wrong. But as I understand, you also try to be like far away from others, because it gives you more expansion and it gives you more time to go back and forth through the portal M27 to back to check on your inventions there, because you always go back to there into your lab, and you miss your little boy Lisdon. That's how you call him. It's like Lizden. And I hear Moira. You call your wife that way. I think it's like a wife, but it's more like you don't have the marriage or anything like, but you kind of find somebody who resonates with you frequency wise and have the same training, because on this planet you kind of split up in groups as humanoids, right? According to your specific specialization or your interest. So first but your interest comes from your particular characteristics of your DNA. That's what I perceive here. And then your children, they kind of absorb the knowledge from you. So there are no schools or any of this. There's no systems like that. And you decide yourself what gender you want of a child and things like that. And you also, I see sometimes you exchange. Basically, if your child doesn't have interest in what you are doing, like you're doing research, you can send him, let's say in our terms, for some hours to the other family that you are. I mean, you're familiar with each and every family on this planet, and it's all like a friendly environment, but they can absorb the information from other family who works on something else or has different specialization or profession. And it doesn't take much to absorb the information, because you connect through fibers of your energy field to the other energy field, and you suck out the information from each other with both party permission. So it happens like this. I also see you build something interesting. Badminton, that birdie, it's called. It's like a structure made out of fibers of glass. Imagine when glass gets heated up, you stretch it out, and I see like what's the other name for it? Igloo, right? Yeah, that kind of shape. Made out of stretched um, crystalline structure, and then on top there's like a energy ball on top. It looks like a Tesla ball with the shooting energies. I think it gives energies to this. Wait a minute, this is interesting. I literally saw a spacecraft which kind of looks like imagine like a car, but it doesn't have the top, and it's flattened out, no wheels, just like the shape of a car, and it's flat with the seats. And so there's like 4 humanoids sitting in it. They're all like different color suits. On the back there's bright orange with white something logos, and they go inside that eagle thing, and this ball like gives the energy to the car, as I understand. And it flies. It literally flies. And I see it flying from one star, from one planet of it to another in this constellation, which is really funny. And they don't go away, they don't go out. There's something you did. You put like a plasma ball around this constellation that I see, except for those few planets that were taken over by Dragos, because they used the black hole to infect them. So basically, it's like a layer of protection, and you were part of creating it. You were into physics of the energies and programming the energies a certain way. So that's your job. You go back and forth, back and forth. And there is this thing though. You don't realize you have it. So there is a belt on you, on the suit. I just saw this device. It sticks out a little bit as a little metallic something with the hole on the back of your belt. So you can't really see it unless you come out of your body and walk around, but you don't do that. And there's like an antenna thing. An antenna thing, it goes all the way up to your head. And it's actually built the certain way, so it has like segments, like made out of segments, little ones. They all have different texture. That's the only way I can explain. It's like imagine metal, but it has a different surface, and it put together with like 22 different of those screw in to make an antenna. Antenna sticks out from like behind your head, and it's connected to the Draco constellation. It's their thing. And they put it on you when your physical body was asleep, and you would come out through the portal. They have this technology. I literally see like a spacecraft coming, it's the shape of it is a cross, like the wings, but it's not the wings. It's like a cylindrical structure with the flattened out wings, and the wings have these little shooters. Let me see how it went. There's a little opening at the bottom, and I see a gray comes out. He's on a little spacecraft, a little like a capsule looking spacecraft for one person. And he quickly shoots. It's like a laser gun shooter. He shoots this antenna, it gets attached. I think it's pre-programmed to kind of pin this little holder with antenna into your back. And you don't feel it because their substance goes into your body. Then makes you numb. And then once it's in, you don't feel it. But it's a GPS for them, not only, but they also can use some devices that is connected energetically to it via some waves. I see them as bright blue waves, and they can influence you sometimes. But it's very hard for them to influence you unless they put you in more vibrational state when you feel sick or physically, or they would try to shoot like negative thoughts to you, but I feel like most of the time you just like ping pong them back, because I'm looking at your DNA, and it's like a amber color DNA, looks like transparent crystalline type structure with the green codons in the middle, and the green codons are the same exact color like your eyes. And your eyes are so big, they're almost like turn and curve on your temples. So those, you're just in your energy sphere. I told you to call whoever it is that put this in you. So you got the small gray, he's totally robotic. They just use them as to perform for them as slaves in a way. And there's a big reptilian and a small one. The big one is yellow. He's got this turtle kind of face, no shell on the back, just a turtle face. Look, other than that, the body looks reptilian, and with the tail and the spikes, there's like 4 spikes on the tail. Reminds me of dinosaur. And then there's the other reptilian is more like green, green brown type reptilian. Totally looks like a reptilian with a snout reminding a little like a crocodile. But they genetically modified, because when I touch them I see different DNAs merged, and also the crocodile reptilian snake in the brown little one. And so they're the ones who grab beings in the basically in the etheric, because you come out of your physical body when your physical body is asleep. They figured out exactly when you do it and how you go through the portal. So they were waiting around the portal for you, Well, it's in our linear term waiting, but in their term, it's like they put themselves at the right kind of like dot or segment of time to get to you. That's what they did. So you actually take off your belt and your energy sphere, and you just throw it out in the portal, and you ask them how did you get my permission to even do this to me? And they both say that you had this emotion in you at that time that you wanted to protect your people and your family, and you felt threatened by them. It happened unexpectedly. That's why your vibration dropped, and when it dropped, it resonated more with them. So they were able to use their weapon, their device, to touch that antenna to your back. The thing is, the antenna was also because you are asking them, it was influencing the back of your hand, because sometimes it would feel heavy and some feeling there that you couldn't understand what it was. But and also the back, like it goes, they were trying to influence the central nervous system with the brain on the back and the connection to the circulation of your energy in the body, and that way if they needed, they would 28/32% they would like drain from you, but only at those times where they would be able to catch you in a more low vibration than normal, than usual. And that would be some situations you would get a little, it's like upset, but also confused about some things. You know, why is it this way? Like, who made it this way on this planet? Why are people this way? Why the reaction to simple things like that? Because you have hard time understanding this. You almost are very much feeling like, for you, if somebody is low vibration, you're showing me it's like a metal door that, and the coldness coming from it, and you feel the density of dimensions, and you feel the density of people also, what is coming from them. Some of them are very dense, and you feel that it's really hard. So they I don't see there is a contract there. I see you're showing me some device, and it looks like a shell from a chestnut with the spikes. And you're saying that it's an interesting device you invented. You put it on the wrist of your hand, and if you charge it up with certain thoughts, and thoughts carry vibration or information, you can send the waves of this information into the right location that you wanted to go to. He said, let's say we discovered, you say that you have different satellites in around your planetary system, and those satellites detect the platforms where the slaves are kept, and you also are aware there are points of locations where they preserve the keep. It's like camps for the or taken by force from their captors as a slave force. Oops. Wait, can you hear me? I think
Yeah,
we got disconnected.
yeah. Something just now happened to connection.
Something. Yeah, because to there's literally like containers filled with different beings, and the Drago reptilians are the ones who own them. Because what I see a logo. I see a crescent moon, like half moon, and from it there's just like a crocodile face coming out, and that's their logo that they use. It's on the black background with the moon looking more like gray white, like we see it, and the green crocodile face coming out of it. And that's like a stamped on a metallic container with the holes, and I see the humanoids, and when you detect them you would send them information how powerful they are and how they can raise their vibration and destroy the container, open it up and go back. And that's what happens, that's what they do. I just see it's like falling apart and all the sides going down, and all I see is just like they, like energy shooting out. Um, I think some of them teleport themselves, some of them kind of flies through space. It depends what dimension they come from, what they can, what they understand or believe they can do, what their knowledge is, or consciousness level is. That's what you do. So you got, I see you pushing away in the portal, those three guys, the two Draco reptilians and a little gray. And I see you took off some absolutely transparent, they look more like little patches under your feet. And I think those are from them too, because you asked them telepathically, what are those? I feel them. And the word that comes, what they do is disconnect. They're supposed to disconnect you vibrationally from the surface of the planet Earth, and so you wouldn't be able to reach the certain vibrational frequencies that the crystalline structure that is wakening up and being energized right now, giving off to people to support them energetically, because in return we support the essence of the earth also, but it's like a symbiotic thing going on back and forth, because there are forces in the middle who are involved in the process to sabotage what is coming. And you're looking at me like smiling when I said what is coming. So you're showing me an interesting thing. You're showing me you have this interesting creation that you created. So basically up above where your true soul, your big part of you is, people call it higher self, or you can call it whatever you want. There's a different creation. You put two balls of your energy, and in between the two balls you put like this structure. It looks like a conus, cone type thingy, one cone and another cone, and that connects. They connect, and the two balls of energy exchange the energy. And you feel when you walk inside this thing, that's from far away, that's how I see it. And there is a spiraling energy all around, coming from one ball to another, connecting the outside. And when you walk in, it's like the huge dome opens up. Like our perception is really cannot capture the idea of creation and the possibilities that we actually have. And you show me there is like a big, on the sides, there's a big table. It goes in half circle, and you sit in the middle, and all around there's like a hologram of screens, and they're dissected into different screens, and you see all your 4 lives here, all your 27 lives on Cygnus constellation, and all 280 lives in this universe that you try to live in different, around different Milky Ways, you said. So what pops up is Andromeda, like you really like it there. You're saying, here's the thing, you have this ability to kind of put yourself in different directions and split up your focus of attention into different things. And you have this force in you to push the ideas in different directions at the same time. And that's why I jump from one thing to another, because I see at the same time multiple screens you're showing me. And those are not holograms. When I touch them, they don't dissipate. So these are like your true lives and true things you do. At the same time, right here, I see your energy sphere. You're standing in here. You already took these little layers, energetic, thick layers of your chakras, the ones that were implanted by the matrix system when you incarnated here. And you literally opened a door like a portal and you're shooting them in like frisbees there. And I also see how you did this with your hands, created the energy in between, and when I see your DNA, you go like this, like from both sides with your hands and shooting energy from one palm to another, and you're fixing your DNA, turning into original. So basically, they didn't really mutate or didn't cause any mutation of your DNA. There's just, it's kind of like dirt or little blocks that the blockages they put on, so you wouldn't be able to completely access all your abilities. And your abilities are that you can just simply just manipulate anything energetically. You can manipulate situations. You can predict situations that's going to happen tomorrow and turn it in a positive way, positive outcome. That's what I see that you can do. And so you took all of those from your feet. You threw them out also out in the portal. There's not much to cleanse. Sometimes here's what you do. When you know that you're gonna go to, or you feel like you're gonna deal with some people who are like of a lower vibration, you put this interesting string around you like a vortex, like a spiral. And I see you do it quite a lot for protection. And it looks absolutely transparent, looks like a straw molded into action of a spiral. And basically, when I see people like around you, with your thought, you direct the energy that goes towards you into the straw of a spiral, and it would go down, down, down under your feet into the earth, and you would you know how to program energies. You would program this energy to change the molecular structure of the energy into the positive, from negative into the positive, spread it around, and make the plants grow faster. Things like that. I mean, you just like you like to play around with energies, because you also show it to me right now. You're showing that you're like a wizard. You like to be that, and you enjoy teaching your little son on the planet all those tricks you can do with energies. You can wrap it around your finger, you can program it with your focusing your attention on it, you can send it to a different Milky Way galaxy, and make a flower grow, energy flower grow. They would stir up the energies for formation of a new star, let's say, or something else. Yeah, you're showing this to me. Let me. I think now you just have to. You're going back and forth to show me different planets. It's really fascinating. There's a planet that has clouds like we do, but the clouds are connected to the surface of the planet. It's almost it's hard to explain, but that's how they look like they're touching the surface. And the clouds are different colors. They're mostly yellow and pink. And if you go in them, you can create interesting things. It's more related to the geometry of the cosmos, cosmic energy, something, because the clouds are connected to cosmic energies and bringing them down to that particular planet. And then the planet can evolve faster, create something out of them. You create creatures like dolphins and belugas and whales, and you put them in the oceans there, that they all connected in a circle motion. Just like going to those planets, it makes you calm, it makes you remember who you are, it makes you want to go back. And you're saying that you decided to re-remember yourself in this life because it's a very transformational period, and it's time for you to leave this planet, but you observe all the history of it and all the knowledge you needed, and you helped along the way with your energetic connection to a lot of people that you touch with your energies. You're just going back to that moment.
Connection, please.
Ships. Yeah, sorry, what did you say? I didn't hear.
Connection, wait a bit, please.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe you said just. But you just fixing, you basically are, you almost like dissected that moment, that slide where they come and they inject it. They have like a gun, like a big looking gun, like a cannon, that they can shoot Blago into the stars and planets, and that's what they did. Was that one that turned into a dry looking asteroid? And you just stopped them, you put a shield, and they never did that. And then you pulled that plasma ball around this particular star and those planets surrounding it to. Right. Yeah, part two. I think I got pretty close to that. You know, when you go back to that particular segment of the timeline and extracting it, sometimes this disconnection happens because it's just strong action energetically, and there is those Dracos involved in it too. And they're very negative energy, so they were trying to do something about it so you wouldn't disconnect them from your planet. I must say there is another timeline when they took it over, so but that timeline is gonna fall off and it's gonna cease to exist. That's what you're telling me. And you're also telling me, you're showing me this interesting thing. Imagine you put lots of straws together. That's your metaphor that you're showing to me. And you tie them up with a string, and then you make a cut and you see them cut. So those are all the timelines that are connected to one particular constellation, to all the planets, all the whatever stars, they are in, and then you put all the energy of all the beings and all the essences of the stars into the particular timelines, and you fill them up with energy so they become, like you say, they become stronger, and the other ones become like dead, almost like they dry out. That's what you're trying to tell me. And that's why they're constantly trying to throw negative news and events or dreams into us as humans here on Earth, so we can focus our attention. They want us to focus our attention and talk about the negative timelines like fires, floods, and all the natural disasters. Therefore, we would give more thought and attention, thus energy, to fuel up those negative timelines, so there would be more percentage of the possibility of chance that they would manifest themselves. And that's what kind of like you're telling me, that all the way around they'll become dry and fall off and cease to exist, and the only one is gonna be there. But at the same time, you're saying don't think that it's only one. Inside the one, there's multiple fibers of different tiny like a mother timeline holds the baby timelines, you know. And those come from different events that are beings on this planet are involved. But in this case, they're positive ones, but they still create little splits. That's like the explanation you given to me. There's also interesting, you look so happy to show me things. I see an interesting thing that you fly sometimes. It looks like a sphere made out of transparent blue crystal. Transparent blue crystal is tiny little dots, like round dots, all around it, and they're of crystalline structure also, but they needed to, for the spacecraft that is connected to your consciousness and you're inside, the exit door is up above your head when you sit inside, and they know how to maneuver in space. They also know, they read off of energy fields, and they know which energy field not to go to. Like, you, even if you wanted to go to Orion, they would not let you. And I feel you are the one who created them more for, you don't call them children, but for children of your species, of your race, um, to explore space. And I also see there are some other interesting spaceships you created. It's like you made teardrops and you put them together. It's like a multiple layer teardrop. Hard to explain, but that's how it looks. And it zooms fast, quickly, from side to side of the universe. And in that kind of speed, it's almost like a teleportation device that nobody can get your attention or mislead you in the process. You just go and sort on from A to B, B to C kind of direction quickly. There's a thing. So what you did in your energy sphere, you raised your vibration of freedom. Freedom in everything, you said. That's a vibration you like, related to this healing. And you're looking at your emotional, mental body. And that's why I started saying that you said that something's bothering you about some other system. And that comes up again, the Andromeda one. when they created like there's a life there that you have. I see you living in a group of 6 beings, and they also they're bringing crystals from different planets, and they learn how to merge the crystals to create multi-crystalline domes for expansion of the creative abilities. And I see a green reptilian comes like a classic green reptilian, very tall, big chest, muscular. He comes through some wormhole and he just grabs 2 of you and puts 2 of you in this like a crystal ball that is hanging in a space. It's an interesting thing because it's almost like it's connected to the universe, but it's outside of the um, of creation of the universe. And how to explain, it's like a buffer zone in between, and he makes you create things there, and you're saying that this bothers you more than in everything, and it's affecting your perception a lot of time in this life, and you want to change that too. So you go back and you encapsulate this reptilian, you put him back into the wormhole, and you create, it's like a net of protection, energetic. It looks like a bright orange net. It's a different energy. The energy is pulled from you say from a local sun, because it always gives energy for protection. And the problem with, I'm asking you, how come you didn't know that you had to do it before? So reptilians wouldn't come in. And you said because in this particular timeline we are naive beings. That's my second life here. I just didn't know. We're like children in most of the universes. We are like children. We just enjoy being and creating. That's all we know. So you just change that timeline, and I see that bubble poof. It's like never existed. And 2 of you returned. You create different structures, but they're all round. They're round. There's nothing square or triangle or pyramid type. There's nothing like this. So like bubbles, bigger bubbles, smaller bubbles, elongated bubbles, ovals in on Andromeda there. There's the buildings that are more like cylindrical, but they're also round. And I'm asking you, why do you do it always round? And you say that's because the energy flow is perfect that way. And that's how it's supposed to flow in our energy sphere, and that's why our energy sphere is round also around us, because it's supposed to slowly circulate us, making us feel protected and peaceful, always at the same vibrational state. But that's what the system doesn't want us to be. And that's why they're trying to affect our physical, so the physical would affect the energies around us and our energy astral body. So we would be like emotional or mental low vibrational states constantly, to prevent us, to make us, instead of expanding, shrinking. They want us to get smaller and smaller energetically, to be easily controlled. I just, like when I'm talking, I just saw you shooting some pink energies from the palms of your hands into your emotional and mental bodies, and you just clean them. You cleanse them all. You pushed whatever little things where I see a lot of things where like old energies from your childhood, because and that's from all the other three lives before this one also. You cleansed all the timelines because I feel like the system's been trying to implement, to put like a lot of wrong programs in you, but the resistance and you was trying to push it. It was like a constant struggling between conscious and subconscious. The questions, why I'm there, what I'm doing here. It is because most of the work you do is actually in space and not here. And so you feel like a stranger, basically, most of the time. But I can totally relate to that. A lot of us feel that way, especially with that so much experience on Earth. But yeah, well, that's pretty much it. And it's interesting that beyond all, you're showing me that you're just putting together like a book of your lives in your hand, from Earth to share it with others. And your child is always waiting for you, and you go back to visit your family there. So that's it. Yeah, you keep showing me different devices. I don't know what those are. You're just truly an inventor, because you have shelves filled with different things. Even in your energy sphere, it's almost built like a very nice room with the displays of different kinds of little devices that you like building and putting together. So you created micro satellites too that other civilizations use a lot, and it can pass through any layer of anything created, like a dome around the Earth or satellite blanket that wouldn't, they're trying to stop anybody who could try to get through to us closer to Earth. But you say that those things can fly through in between. They're like little flies, insects that just can figure out the way out to bring information in, to absorb it from different parts of space, and like videotape that in a way, and transmission would happen, things like that. So I think we're done with everything, because I see you standing as I see you, as I saw you before the session, you're just smiling at me. And that part of you gets out of the body every night and gets dressed in a suit right now on your planet with your family that I see. You can ask me any question if you want, or if you want to go see something else. It's still recording. Because you're quiet, I don't hear you.
Yeah, well, nothing comes to my mind really.
But did you see at least parts of what I was talking about?
Yes, I felt a lot of connection with this, and there was a lot of things that I can relate.
That's good. Yeah. Okay, well, if you don't have any questions, we can disconnect. So I checked. There's nothing in the energy sphere. There's nothing around. You easily can go in back and forth to your star systems. I feel like you have connection, like very deep connection to stars, and you can actually activate your memories by just looking at the stars at night, how bright they are, and it would just naturally like make you remember things. That's what I feel. And I feel like as a child you've been fascinated with the idea of space and things like that at a very early age. Okay, well, disconnecting. Yeah, we got two parts of the we got two parts of the session. I'm gonna turn off the recording.